I mean, for the past 4 or 5 years, it's always, everybody always says, Amite Independence, Amite Independence, Amite Independence.
And you look at
But the thing about it right now, Independence coming in 9-1, Amite 9-0, Amite coming in at 6-3. They want to leave this with everybody saying, Independence Amite, Independence Amite, instead of Amite Independence.
That's right. And, you know, right now, Independence sitting here undefeated. Of course, Amite, the state champion last year, coming into this contest, had 3 losses this year to some real tough teams, a tough South Pike team, Hanville, and also a Carver team, which was a class higher than them. But and Independence coming into this contest tonight with a lot of confidence, Crawfish.
They certainly do.
And talking to Charlie Baglio before the game, I said, you know, Coach, this is a stepping stone for this Independence Tiger team. They can get by Amite tonight. I do believe they can make it to the Dome, or they can have the confidence in themselves to make it to the Dome.
You know, earlier this week, I was, without the rain, I would say that Independence would have would be favored in the game. Now, when it's rained all night long for the past two games, I figure with a sloppy field and the strength that Amite has, and as big as Boykins is, and Boykins likes to get on the outside, where Bristol likes to make a lot of quick moves, a wet field would seem to favor the Amite Warriors. But then coming out here and I'm looking at it,
the field looks good.
And somebody said Baglio was out here blow drying it all afternoon.
Of course, you're going to be watching one of the premier backs in the state of Louisiana tonight in Darren Brister, number 24 for Independence, one of the better quarterbacks in the state, and Rodney Boykins from Amite. Independence has won the toss, back deep to receive for the Amite Warriors will be number 3. That's going to be...
Well, there's some excitement here tonight. I saw it when I was coming up the street. Had to park almost by the railroad tracks and walk up here, and they got some people here. And everybody knows that this game tonight is for the marble.
And this is what it's all about. Darren Brister at the 40-yard line teeing up the football. He'll be doing the kicking for the Independence Tigers tonight. A little bit of a wind blowing from the north, and it's quite chilly. Quite chilly on top of Tiger Stadium. So here we go, folks. This is the one you've been waiting for. Working with us tonight on the camera, as usual, Butch Lee. And the stands, the sidelines, the fence lines, everything's packed waiting for this contest. Brister waiting for the referee's signal.
Boy, they ready. They ready. Look at that Independence special teams getting ready to go.
And there it goes, folks. We're underway. It's a squib kick headed toward the sideline, picked up by number 3 right before it goes out of bounds. The clock is running. He breaks one tackle there, and he's going to fight his way up for about a 4-yard gain. As you can see, a lot of swarming on the Independence team.
Yeah, not a very good kick. It was one of those squib kicks where you had to do something with it. It hit a couple people, and he picked it up around. I don't have number 3 on my list here, but all he could do was pick it up, try to make something out of it before it went out of bounds, got maybe 2, and Amite's going to have the ball 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line.
Well, here we go. From the 24-yard line, 1st down, 10 yards to go. Rodney Boykins, the senior quarterback, will lead the Amite Warriors out. He'll have Kendrick Francois, the lone setback, one receiver to the high side.
They're pretty tight.
Independence going with the 4-man line right now. Boykins, after he puts the man in motion, headed to the outside on a little counterplay is Charles Ginn, and he's going to be racked up for about a 1-yard gain. So Ginn, we'll be seeing that play quite a bit out of Ginn tonight.
Yeah, and I think what they're trying to do, they've got everybody so tight down to where the linebackers are tight down, and they're just trying to use the speed with Ginn on the outside. If he gets around one guy, he's gone. He got slowed down a little bit, and then got kind of finished off in there by number 5, Emery Johnson.
Francois will be joined in the backfield by Ginn. Independence still with the linebackers up tight. Boykin changes the play at the line of scrimmage, puts the ball on the ground, trying to run the option, is going to be snuffed by the Independence defense, led out there by number 80 and number 58. That's going to be Quentin Weatherford, and also in on the tackle, number 40, that's Garafola. So that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Warriors. The ball, I tell you, Crawfish, they hadn't advanced it too far. 3rd down, we'll call it 7 yards to go for the 1st. We're high atop Tiger Stadium in Independence, Louisiana. Passing situation for the Warriors. They're going to stack up the tight end to the near side. In at quarterback, number 7 for Amite. That's going to be Bonado. Bonado on the rollout with a little time. Lofts it downfield to Rodney Boykins, who looks over his shoulder and can't quite get under it. Coverage out there by Donnie Williams. Donnie Williams was glued to Rodney Boykins the whole way.
Well, if Rodney Boykins comes out at quarterback and they put him in any other position, look to go to him. And that's what they were doing there. He had a good, he had Williams beat by maybe about 2 steps, but the ball was thrown real high. And Donnie Williams had a chance to catch back up with him and bring up a 4th down for Amite Warriors.
Number 40 in to do the punting. That's Adrian Harris back deep to receive. Darren Brister partially blocked at the line of scrimmage. The ball's going to hit at about the 37-yard line and roll dead there. A big break for the Independence Tigers.
Yeah, and LeBrandon Tofield was in real quick. I don't know if it was blocked or else if he just had to alter his kicking rhythm. And he just kind of got it off. It was a pretty good spiral, but he went straight off the side of his foot. And Independence is going to get the ball at the 38-yard line.
So from about the 38-yard line, Independence will take over one of the premier running backs in the state in Darren Brister in the backfield. He'll be joined by Terrence McGowan, the quarterback. Young man just got the quarterbacking duties this year. McGowan sends receivers to the near side and the far side, stacked with Brister, the lone setback. McGowan on the quick pitch to Brister. Brister looking for the sideline, and he's going to pick up about 15 on his first run.
No wet field. No wet field. Like we were saying earlier, if it's a wet field, it favors Amite. Dry field favors Independence. And I didn't see him throwing up any water when he was running, and he runs like a thoroughbred on turf.
So Brister for 15. We just started this contest. There's no score. We got 9:41 left to go in the first quarter. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball resting on the 25. Billy Lamani in the backfield along with Brister. To Brister, up the middle. Brister working his way ahead. Darren Brister pushing ahead for about 2 extra yards.
Tackle on the play, Carlos Brown, number 56, and actually had a couple people hit him before and just couldn't bring him down, and Brister made a good move and then had to be tackled by Brown for about a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
Give Brister 4.5 to 5 on the gain. That'll bring up 2nd down. The wind picks up a little bit more high atop Tiger Stadium. 2 receivers go to the high side, 2 to the near side. Brister again is a lone setback. Watch for the motion man. Motion man pitch coming this way to Brister. No, up the middle with Brister. On a little bit of delay. Met there by big number 75, Courtney for the Warriors.
And also in there was Derek Foster, number 21.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down. We'll call it 4 yards to go, Crawfish. Independence needs to capitalize on this good field position here.
Yeah, they certainly do.
And Terrence McGowan, like we said, he's a senior. First year playing quarterback. He started at the beginning of the season. I think he worked out for about 4 weeks as a quarterback. He sends number 81 to the high side. That's going to be Aller, joined out there by Robinson. McGowan, 3-step drop, looking to get it to Brister out in the flat, and he's met there on a good defensive effort by number 75. That's going to be Antoine Courtney once again.
Yeah, and also Derek Foster is in there. Anytime it's 3rd and long, you know that Independence is going to try to get the ball in Brister's hands. They had 2 people out there. Number 75, Courtney, was out there, and you wouldn't think that a lineman from the opposite side of the field would be out there covering the back, but he certainly did.
Big play for the Amite defense. 4th down, 5 yards to go. McGowan, 2-step drop, looking for number 10 in the end zone, and it's broken up there by number 11, Adam Smith, and the pass intended for Steve Baham broken up. Amite will take over. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Big momentum builder for Amite.
It did look like he threw the ball well. It was kind of wobbly, but the thing about it, down there you have to go for it, hoping if your guy doesn't get it that it's intercepted in the end zone or maybe at the 5-yard line, and it's better than a punt.
Here we go. They'll take over on the 20-yard line. The Amite Warriors. Rodney Boykins comes in at quarterback. Lone setback is Francois. Boykins on the keeper around the left side. He's got running room. He's down to about the 45 and pushed out of bounds there by number 5. I'll tell you what, Rodney Boykins showed that athletic ability and speed to the outside.
That was Emory Robinson took him out of bounds. And that's what I was going to say. In a wet field, he'd been gone. I mean, if one guy slips down, he's gone. And if it wouldn't have been for number 5, Emory Robinson there, taking him out, he'd have been gone.
So the ball resting on the 46-yard line with 7:27 left to go in the first quarter. No score in this contest. Boykins 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the high side. Up the middle of Francois. Francois is going to go for about 2 on the play. Stopped by number 90. That's Philip Jones for the Tigers.
And also in there is Antonio Donahue. 6'4", 350 senior.
Yeah. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 8. 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter. It's been a quick first quarter so far. The ball stayed on the ground. Clock's been running.
Yeah, it has been.
Receivers in tight, but they do have 2 to both sides. Boykins looks over the defense. So 25 with some running room, making it to the outside, crossing the line of scrimmage, makes a good move, and all the way down to the 20-yard line goes Adrian Harrell.
There's absolutely nobody out there covering Adrian Harrell out there. He was at least 20 yards beyond the line of scrimmage before anybody was close to him. So the misdirection is working for the Amite Warriors, and what's going to happen now is Boykins is going to fake that coming in one direction and go in the opposite direction. That's going to open it up. Well, Boykins running the opposite direction opened that play up. Everybody's keying on Boykins right now.
Receivers a little further out this time. 1 slot back to the near side, 2 to the high side, 1 to the low side. Boykins under center from the 20-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. He tries to follow Francois through the hole, but there is no hole, and he's tripped up at the line of scrimmage.
Amite's really coming out with some strange formations tonight.
They look like they're mirroring the Independence offense.
Yeah, they are, and what they're trying to do is spread everybody out to where Boykins can just kind of run free in the field, which he does that real well.
Tonight's program being brought to you by Senator candidate Phil Short. Your vote and support are appreciated November 18th. Here we go, folks. 2nd down. We'll call it 11 to go for the first. Same formation for the Warriors. Boykins to pass. Looking for the back out of the backfield. He gets it. He's going to get it down to about the 8-yard line. Flags on the play.
Yeah, it looked like a clip down there, Ron.
So Adrian Harris, number 40, Warriors,
that's
receives a pass.
Adrian Harris.
Yeah.
And that was an unnecessary clip because it was actually after he caught the ball, he was about ready to go out of bounds. So it looks like a clip. It's going to back him up. It was enough for a first down. It was 2nd and 11.
And we'll wait for the referee's call. A clip against Amite, and that nullifies a nice gain on a pass from Rodney Boykins to Adrian Harrell. So Crawfish, first mistake of the night, of course, the block punt, but then again, this mistake here cost Amite dearly. You don't want to give any momentum back to the Tigers right now.
No, you don't want to, but really, Amite has been running pretty much whatever they want against this tough Independence defense. We've seen them play a couple times this year, and the defense has been really tough.
And they've been making their yardage to the outside.
And they are. That's why they've got the line. If you look at the line's clamped down pretty tight.
And linebackers in tight. Yeah.
And that has to clamp everybody else down. And it just, I mean, look out on right past the tackle on this side, how wide open it is. That's a good 5 or 6 yard gain right there.
2nd down. 15 yards to go. Boykins on the rollout to the near side. He sets up. Has a wide open Adrian Harrell across the middle down to about the 3-yard line. Adrian Harrell on a little down and in pattern, Crawfish. Wide open across the middle and a good, well-thrown pass from Rodney Boykins.
He was wide open. He was wide open at the 5. And he's just real lucky for the Independence Tigers that he didn't go all the way in. It's going to bring 1st and goal with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter.
5:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Like the Crawfish man told you, First down goal to go for the Warriors from Amite. They put Charles Ginn in the split backfield.
I think Independence has too many people in there.
What they have?
They've got 13 people on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They have 13 people on the field, Rod.
Tonight's ball game also being brought to you by the Amite Sunflower Store, located at Highway 51 South in Amite, Louisiana. They always have quality produce and very competitive prices. That's the Sunflower Store in Amite. Also, Broomfield Motor Company. That's right, a tradition from Amite. They've served the area for many years with top quality cars and the best prices anywhere. That's Broomfield Motor Company in Amite. And People's Bank in Amite. They take pride in their community by sponsoring the TV shows of Amite High School football games for the people. People's Bank remains your hometown independent bank for the people. Also, tonight's contest being brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. My buddy Donnie Helms.
Now, they still got one more. One person came up, they still got 12 on the field.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, of course, their new pot pies. You got to.
They got 12 people on the field.
Again, they have 12 people.
They had 13.
Split backs in the backfield. Ginn
oh, now they got
Francois.
10.
Up the middle. Off to the left side, into the end zone. They tried it up the middle, couldn't find a hole, so kind of moving it over to the outside is Francois, and he puts it in the end zone, but we do have a flag on the play.
Boy, that's unlike any Charlie Baglio team playing in the 10th game of the season. Being out here having 13 people on the field, then 12, then 2 come off, and now they got 10.
The flag has been waved off. The touchdown is good, and Amite goes up by 6. Charles Ginn, I believe, in to do the kicking for the Warriors. He'll tap for the extra point. I don't know, there's a lot of sheriff's cars behind us. So Rodney Boykins to do the holding, and to do the kicking will be number 34, Charles Ginn.
Well, I wonder if he's going to hold or what.
And Ginn gets the ball down, one step, puts his foot into it, and it's good. And with 5:04 left to go in the first quarter, the score, Amite 7, Independence nothing. Back to what I was saying, tonight in part by Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah.
And the new chicken pot pie, which I tried today and is absolutely delicious. Of course, Amite, Hammond, and Ponchatoula locations have the daily buffet. Stop by and see the Helms family at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
You're not talking about my good friend Donnie Helms.
Donnie Helms, that's him.
Donnie Helms.
Feeds me religiously. Ragusa's Building Supply, also located in Independence, bringing you tonight's contest. They have all the building supplies you could possibly need to build, remodel, or renovate. Ragusa's carries lumbers of all types of building materials. That's Ragusa Brothers in Independence. Also, tonight's contest being brought to you by Randy Folks. Folks Air Conditioning and Heating. It's time of the year to get that heater checked out. Give Randy Folks a call at 748-8838. And believe me, tonight's the night to get it checked out. Also, candidate for Senator BB60 Raver, asking for your vote and support in November 18th election. All right, Charles Ginn has it teed up low on the 40-yard line, Crawfish. And it's a little squib kick. Picked up there, number 88. That's Mike Governale, I believe, and he downs it right there. So Mike Governale wisely downs the football at about the 24-yard line.
A little squib kick work for Amite on it. That's exactly what they wanted to do. They didn't want to get...
Don't want to put it in Darren Brister's hands.
No, not on a field like this.
So we'll have it first down, 10 yards to go for the Independence Tigers with 5:04 left to go in the first quarter. Ball resting on the 27-28-yard line. Terrence McGowan steps up. He's got Brister, the long setback.
Spreading the field out a little bit here, too.
Brister looks for the hole, finds it. The hole shut down rapidly by number 74, Dixon.
Also in on there is number 79. That's Earl Tillman.
Good defensive line. You know, in a couple of the contests that Amite lost, they had some injuries on that defensive line. Earl Tillman, one of them.
Well, also is the thing that makes Darren Brister so good. He hits the hole real quick. Right after the defensive lineman have a chance to recuperate, he's already gone. Not with this line from Amite. They just that hold down quick.
On the counter, coming back to Brister. He's weaving his way through some traffic, and he's going to pick up first down yardage across the 46-yard line. So what they did is they set him up in a slot to the high side, let him work his way down the line of scrimmage and pick his hole.
Well, you know, if he's going to be on the opposite side of the field, an extra person's going to be over there also. And by him coming back on this side, he's going to make a couple, he's going to have to bring that guy all the way across the field. Plus, he's going to have to run past all the linebackers. It's going to free him up.
All right, here we go. First down, 10 yards to go from the 46-yard line. 2 receivers to the low side, 2 to the high side. Brister, the lone setback. Brister up the middle. Met there by number 74 once again, Dixon. And Dixon teaming up with Tillman, pushing back after he picks up about 2 or 3
and also
yards.
Lindrick Francois in there.
We're going to give one on that or two.
Anything that Brister's getting tonight, he's absolutely earned it. He's not even getting that. Usually he gets that little one opportunity where he can just scoot and go. But he's not even getting that opportunity because of the pursuit and also the quickness of this defensive line by the Amite Warriors.
Second down, let's call it about 6 to go. McGowan gets flagged. I think he took a little too much time.
That looked like a little jump there.
Butch Lee, our cameraman, telling us what happened. Right tackle move. Illegal procedure against the Tigers. Now this is something they don't need. Have a little bit of a drive going, getting some decent field position. Don't need to be backed up, but it will back them up to about the 44-yard line.
Well, Independence,
that breeze again. I love it,
Independence came out here tonight with a lot of enthusiasm in the first drive, and it stalled down after that third down, and then they couldn't convert on fourth down, and then Amite just came down the field. It went 80 yards and very few plays for the touchdown.
McGowan to Brister. Brister picking his way to the outside. He's got some running room. Picks up a good block, and he's going to pick up first down. And so Darren Brister, knowing where to find his blocks, picks up the first down yardage, a gain of about 12 on the play.
He has so much vision. I mean, the minute he hits that hole and he sees that it's closed up, he just bounces off to the outside, and then he's up the sideline, what, 12 yards there, enough for the first down.
First down, 10 yards to go with 2:32 left to go in the first quarter. Independence trails in this one by a score of 7-0. McGowan sends one out to the near side. That's Mayhem, and 2 to the high side. McGowan, 2-step drop, looking to set up the screen, being pressured, finally gets it out.
Yeah, he just got rid of that.
Thrown out there toward number 81 for the Tigers, Aller. The wall broke down for McGowan. He had some time at the first, but he was trying to set up something deep.
Yeah, he just didn't have time. They had too much. Too much pressure, and you know, earlier this year he hadn't had that much pressure.
A lot of pressure on McGowan. Well, it seems like they stacked the deck behind this crawfish. They got it unstarted. The traffic here is just phenomenal tonight. People parked all over the city of Independence.
We might not get to that place next to the post office.
Oh, that's real late. We'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll catch the train.
McGowan under center. Fakes it to Brister. Hits it to number 41. The running back out of the backfield is Billy Lamonte. Billy Lamonte picks up a nice gainer on the pass from McGowan.
Good play. Good play. Really,
very good call.
I tell you what, McGowan did an excellent job of play action. Fake to Brister, then rolled out, and
well, you know he's going to freeze a linebacker too when he fakes that handoff to Brister. A linebacker's going to stop in his tracks.
Man, I'm froze right now.
They send Aller to the high side. He's out there with Robinson. Jackson to the near side. Lamonte with Brister in the backfield. Ball on about the 30-yard line. To Brister. Brister caught in the backfield by number 21, Derek Foster.
Good play by Foster.
Foster shooting the gap, and look what he found. He found a Mr. Brister.
And he held him up long enough for Earl Tillman to come down there and finish him off. So it's going to, I don't think he got anything. If anything, maybe a loss. Yeah, a loss of about 6 inches. So it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Clock's ticking down to 1:38 left in the first quarter. Jackson to the near side, the lone receiver. Aller to the high side, along with number 5, Robinson. So Robinson takes the quick hitch, but doesn't get much with it.
Kind of dangerous out there, him jumping up in the air right there for a 2-yard gain.
That'll bring up third down, 10 yards to go with 1:08 left to go with the clock running here in the first quarter. Independence trailing this
four down territory here.
Crawfish, you're going to fool around and walk right off this press box, and I'm going to have to wind up doing the rest of the game by myself.
I'm going to hold on to the mic.
Oh, yeah. That cord will stretch. Here it is, folks. Big play, third down. We'll call it about 9 to go for the first. Lamonte with Brister in the backfield. McGowan, 2 steps, 3 steps. Looking downfield for number 25 and overthrows the intended receiver, Arcel Jackson. So the ball just overthrown. Coverage out there by Adam Smith.
And I don't know if he gave up on the pattern or the ball just kind of sailed a little bit over his head, but he was momentarily open there. Fourth down. You know what we fought in Independence getting away from their bread and butter. Well, I hadn't seen him throw this much all year.
I haven't seen him throw this much all year, but I tell you, Brister is having some success to the outside, but you know, Charlie Bagley's got to run him up the middle to keep that Amite defense honest.
And you have to throw a little bit and you get successful with throwing games, so maybe
big play.
Coach Bagley.
Big play. McGowan on the slant pattern to number 25, and he catches it. And I tell you what, Crawfish, that is a big play for Jackson. Jackson on the little slant, McGowan with a strike, and that breathes new life into this Independence drive.
Well, that's why Coach Baggs is coaching, and we're, I don't know why we're doing this.
They had an opening. Butch Lee likes us.
Look at Joe Levine down there. He said, oh, man.
Good play. Good, well-timed play. That's the kind of football play it takes to make and cap off a nice drive.
Look at Joe Levine down there. He's 25 years old, and he looks like he's at least 40.
At least 40. I asked Joe if he's going fishing this weekend down in Empire. He said, nope. Here we go, folks. First and goal to go. Darren Brister on the counter, met at the line of scrimmage, and stopped there by number 56 for the Warriors. That's Carlos Brown.
You know where Darren Brister gets most of his yardage? After the first hit. And Amite is not letting go of him after that first hit. They're wrapping him up pretty good, and waiting for the rest of the troops to come over there. But they're not letting him get past that first hit.
Well, folks, that ends the first quarter with the score. Amite 7, Independence nothing, but threatening to score. Tonight's program being brought to you by candidate for Senate Phil Shard. He asked for your vote and support and appreciate your vote on November 18th. Also, tonight's contest being brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken and Ham and Ain't Eating Ponchatoula. Stop by and try their delicious buffet for dinner and a buffet for lunch every day, and try the new chicken pot pie. Yes, they're good, man, I'm telling you. Also tonight being brought to you by Randy Folks. I tell you what, folks, he's the folks you need to see when you get your heater tuned up right now.
Oh, boy, I bet you put your heater on tonight.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. 748-8838 is the number to call. Yeah, Butch says his wife got the fireplace going.
Oh, you might want to leave early.
Yeah. Here we go, folks. We're high on top Independence Stadium. Absolutely freezing to death.
Yeah, can you believe it's the first day of the year that I got to wear a coat? I'm one of those ones that refuse to admit that summer's over. I'll wear short pants all the way to December.
I don't know where you went today, but you won first place. You got the ribbons on you. Here we go, folks. Second down, goal to go for the Tigers. Lamonte in the backfield along with Brister. The fake to Brister. Lamonte, wide open pass, gets out to him. He's headed toward the end zone. Stopped at the 1-yard line with a great open field tackle by Adam Smith. Adam Smith with a great open field tackle. Billy Lamonte.
Lamonte was open from the minute he got past the line, and I thought that he was going to hit. If he'd hit him quick, he'd have been in the end zone.
Here we go, folks. Third down, goal to go. And this is a situation where you have to go to the second best running back in the state. And that's only by 90 yards. I do believe he'll be the best running back in the state, Darren Brister.
Yeah, he certainly is. We know who the first running back is, huh? The Woods kid from Salem.
Split backs. Brister along with Lamonte. Lamonte leading him into the hole. Brister pushes way ahead.
I think he got it.
And that's it. He's into the end zone with 11:09 left to go in the first quarter. Independence takes a nice drive of about 70 yards, Crawfish. Methodical, good play calling, made all the right moves. A big third down play down here.
Big play to Jackson on that third and 10, and he picked up 11.
Yeah.
Then they had another big play. It was third and a little over 10, and Bristol broke it for about a 11-yard run, and then all of a sudden, Amite was in there also. Another big play.
Quentin Weatherford in to attempt the extra point. In to do the holding will be number 22, Singleton. Quentin Weatherford gets it up, and it gets over the bar, and it's good. And we're tied up with 11:08 to go here in the first half. You're watching Cashbro Television's broadcast of high school football from Independence. Ron Gotro, along with David the Crawfish Cottrell. Tonight's contest being brought to you by the Amite Sunflower Store. Try their bakery. They have fresh bread, cakes, and other delicatessen items every day. Sunflower has good groceries, and they've been in Amite for quite some time. So stop by the Amite Sunflower. Do it soon. The law offices of Charles V. Jinko bringing you tonight's contest. Charles Jinko, number 748-8164. He's located across from the Amite Post Office, just a half a block from the Tangipahoa Parish Courthouse. Has more than 15 years trial experience. That's Charles Jinko. He can help you with any type of legal matter. So Brister in to do the kicking. Crawfish and I up here to do the freezing. Back deep to receive will be number 25, Adrian Harrell, and number 88, Chevelle Robinson. Brister, nice kick going down to Robinson at about the 5.
His knee went down.
His knee touches the ground, and
Let him go.
the ball is down at the 5. So the young man looking for a good return, really pumped up.
Got a flag down on the field down here. It's probably an offside on Amite, so that's not going to help him any. I tell you what, the ball from Bristol just kept rising and rising and rising. Did a great job of catching the ball, but whenever he stepped back in, that's down there where that goal line defense is, and it's real sloppy. And I got a feeling that if he wouldn't have fell down, he had a wide open field down the field from him.
So the Warriors are going to be backed up a little bit more on the holding call. You know, one of the concerns about Darren Brister coming into this year and a little bit of last year, of course, was the broken left ankle. The next time he's out on the field, we'll get Butch Lee to focus in on it. On his left ankle, he wears a brace. And he has mended well, even though he still has a pin in it. So Amite backed up with 11:06 to go in the first half. Rodney Boykins along with Kendrick Francois in the backfield. They start out deep in their own territory.
Very fortunate for Independence that still down there.
Boykins caught in the end zone for a safety. So a big rush by the big guy for Independence, number 76. And they got a safety. Antonio Donahue, 6'4", 350 pounds.
And skipping off the field. That's my partner.
So not only did they get the 2, but they get the football back with 10:53 left to go.
Big play.
Big play.
That's a big play.
Donahue just rumbles through and drags down Rodney Boykins into the end zone, and that's it, folks. That's 2.
I don't know if he just went over somebody, but Boykins really didn't have a chance to do anything. It wasn't like it was a move.
They might have underestimated his speed, and when that guard pulled, he just jumped in his hip pocket, and he caught up with Mr. Boykins. So
fast?
he was just now. So Charles Kent will have to kick off. Darren Bristol will be back deep to receive, along with number 20, number 20, Donnie Williams, and number 2, Tofield. So Williams, Tofield, and Bristol back deep.
That's 2 big misfortune plays in a row right there for the Amite Warriors.
Most definitely. 9-7 is your score. Charles Ginn to kick off. And last time he had a squib kick that went down to Mike Governale, so let's see where he puts it this time.
He doesn't want a squib kick now.
And it's going to hit at about the 40-yard line. Touch there by Tofield. Looking for a room up the middle. He decides to put his head down. And the Amite team going for the strip, and he's going to bring it up to about the 45.
I tell you what, 21, Derek
Foster wanted that football.
Yeah, he's been there. You're not going to squib kick the ball right there. You're giving the ball at the 40-yard line, so you had to kick it deep. And they weren't kicking it toward Bristol, but heck, we've seen Tofield do some good things this year too.
So they'll operate with 10:43 left to go in the first half from the 47-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Amite trailing in this contest by a score of 9-7.
This defense has been on the field for a long time.
Yes, it has, and that will wear you out. Brister in a slot to the near side. McGowan on the counter once again, looking for the hole is Brister. He's going to pump his way ahead, still on his feet, and he's going to pick up about 12. We've got a flag on the play right around the vicinity of holding. No, the Independence clapping. It's a face mask call. So that will advance him a little further. Crawfish, after he got to the line of scrimmage, it was Darren Brister all the way.
Yeah, and actually, he ran between two guys. I thought if he'd have bumped outside, he could have gone anywhere, but he ran right between two guys, kind of swerved between them, picked up about an extra 6 yards. I didn't see the face mask, but they had 2 flags down there, so somebody saw it. And I tell you what, this tide has really turned after the Amite Warriors went 80 yards down the field to score in the first quarter.
From the 26-yard line, McGowan brings him up. McGowan to Brister. Brister for 5.
And on the tackle is going to be number 30, Kevin Wilson, who made, I tell you what, these guys from Amite really do some tackling out there. They flat put their helmet into you. Not a lot of arm tackles out there, and not a lot of missed tackles either.
So let's give him 5 on the play, Crawfish.
All right, I'll give him 5.
Give him 5. Brister the lone setback. McGowan on the draw. Brister held on to by number 79. That's going to be Earl Tillman, I believe.
Yes,
so Earl Tillman got a piece of Darren Brister and would not turn him loose.
Just a piece of his shirt.
Tearaway jersey, he's got 12. So it's going to be on about the 18-yard line, 17-yard line. That's going to be 3rd down and short, about 4 yards to go. 8:54 left to go in the first half. Independence up on top on this one, 9-7 at this point.
They got Earl Tillman at 209. He looks like that's the same size as Boykins.
That's the left side.
He looks so much bigger than Boykins.
McGowan up the middle. He's got the first down yardage.
Good play.
Progress will give it to him, and caught him napping.
Good call.
Caught the linebackers napping.
Good call with everybody keying on
Darren Brister.
On Brister.
Yeah. Ball inside the 15 at about the 14-yard line. It's going to be first down. They can get a first down at about the 4-yard line.
I got hot pizza here tonight, Ron. I might get one and sit in.
I just want to put it in my pocket. I'm not hungry. I'd like to put it in my pocket.
Soak my feet in some chocolate, hot chocolate.
McGowan to Brister. Brister on his feet, wiggling his way down to the 5-yard line. Darren Brister putting on a show. Stop on the play by number 56, Carlos Brown, for the Warriors.
He looks like he's running down the sidewalk at in New Orleans on Canal Street. He just runs through people. People are standing there, and he just runs. You just see one head moving the whole time.
He's got so much movement. I mean, and he's got good eyes for a young man. I mean, he's got running back eyes like a pro.
And he knows when to go down.
Yeah. Here we go, folks. 2nd down. 3 yards to go for the first. Ball resting on about the 5 to Brister. Brister threw a little hole to the left side. He'll pick up first down yardage, I believe, or close to it.
Yeah, he was just tripped up there.
First down, goal to go, Butch Lee says.
And we relayed that down to the guy, to the referee?
Yeah, we let the referee know from here. Hey, if they wait on us, they backing up, baby. First and goal for the Tigers from Independence. Last year they lost to Amite, who went undefeated, went into the Superdome. And tonight, looks like they want to try to get some revenge. But this one's a long way from over. I formation, Lamonte at the fullback, Brister at the tailback. Brister caught in the backfield by number 21.
Derek Foster.
So Derek Foster blowing through the line of scrimmage, caught Brister. McGowan gets up a little bit of limp. Looking down, he feels like his right ankle could be the problem, and he's on the ground. So we'll have an injury timeout with 6:42.
I think whenever you have a timeout like that, the injury timeout, the injured player has to come off the field. So it might have been a wise time to take a timeout. Second down and goal from the 4. What we got there, Ron?
Tonight's contest being brought to you by People's Bank. People's Bank takes pride in our community by sponsoring Amite High School football on TV. People's Bank remains your hometown independent bank for the people. That's People's Bank. Also tonight's contest being brought to you by
Ragusa Building Supplies, located at Highway 51 in Independence on West Railroad Avenue. They have all the building supplies that you possibly need to build, remodel, or renovate. Ragusa carries lumber and all types of building materials, as well as hardware items and supplies for all types of plumbing and electrical. That's Ragusa, 104 West Railroad Avenue in Independence.
You know, we got to talk to our buddy a while ago from that Hi-Ho in Hammond. He was up here. Little Billy.
Yeah, I know.
We said we're going to give you a rough time, Billy, but we're not going to do it. We're going to let you slide tonight.
The heck we will.
Did you get a Hi-Ho this week?
No.
I did.
I didn't get my fix.
You didn't get your fix? That'll be tomorrow morning then for breakfast, huh? Tell you what you need to do. Stop by Kentucky Fried Chicken and get that pot pie. It's delicious, man. Okay, so they call
good.
the timeout.
Pot pie'd go good right now.
Oh, man.
Warm me up.
Stick my hands in it. McGowan will stay out. That's going to bring up second down, goal to go. Independence fans starting to rock and roll into this contest. 6:42 left to go in the first half. Waiting for the referees to spot the football. They've done it. And the referee's going over to the Amite bench, talking with the coaches on that side. And I don't know what they're discussing. I think the coaches wanted to talk to him. They thought McGowan should have come out for a play.
Yeah, that's correct.
Independence called timeout.
But Independence called a timeout.
That's
and
right.
Donald Correa says, go ahead, let's play it. So from about the, oh man, that's got to be like the 2-yard line.
I think he said more than just go ahead, play it.
I'm sure he added a few adjectives and adverbs in there. Here we go, folks. Two receivers to the high side. Lamonte in the backfield with Brister. McGowan limps to the line of scrimmage. He hands off to Brister, looking for some room to the outside. He's got the pylon. He's got the touchdown. So Darren Brister I could see Darren Brister's back and the pylon at the same time. I knew that was a touchdown.
Well, they almost didn't have to take a timeout from that because McGowan didn't have to do a whole bunch on the except heading off.
So McGowan will come to the
But he is
sideline
still
gingerly. And that, I tell you what, with 6:37, that is a big score for Independence.
Varnado had a good shot at tackling Brister in the backfield. One thing we were talking about is that they don't miss first tackles, and Brister just did a good job of kind of bumping into him and then bumping out. And then Varnado made an excellent effort there, but just hard guy to take down.
And Singleton gets it down. The kick is good. So Quinn Weatherford converts on the extra point, folks, and the score is 16-7 Crawfish with 6:37 left to go in the first half. And Fish, what do? You coach Donald Career, you're down a little bit. You've got to spread it out. You've got to get the ball into the hands of the receivers.
They hadn't had the ball. They had 2 drives. They really hadn't had the ball. They had that one drive back here where they went about 8-10 yards, and then they had the punt. Then they went 80 yards on an excellent drive, and looked like the momentum shifted toward the Amite Warriors. And then the 2 misfortunes right there with the knee down on the 5-yard line, and then the safety. They just hadn't been on the field. You can't score unless you have the ball.
Adrian Harrell and Chevelle Robinson back deep to receive for the Warriors of Amite. Darren Brister to do the kicking. He gets a nice foot in it, coming down to Adrian Harrell at about the 4. Harrell bringing it straight back up the middle, moves it to the outside. And Adrian Harrell has Darren Brister to outrun. Brister corners him at about the 35 and drags him down at about the 32.
Plus a
late hit by Mike Governale on the play, so that'll tack on some yardage. But Darren Brister was the only man to beat.
They had 11 purple jerseys right around for the tackle at the 20-yard line, and Darren Brister does a good job of making his moves on defense also. He wasn't going to let him fake him out.
Adrian Harrell with a beautiful return of about 65-70 yards, and that puts Amite in great field position. Thing that bothered me a little bit, I saw Brister getting up a little slow on the sideline. I don't think Governale meant to hit him late. I think his momentum just carried him out of bounds.
Oh, he certainly did. And, you know, you look, when I said he was gone, I didn't think there was anybody in the stadium could catch him, and I saw Darren Brister.
Well, that's one that can do it.
The angle there.
So Amite with a big break. They're down to the 20-yard line right now. They'll have it first down, 10 yards to go.
This is a fresh offense.
Yes. The offense ought to have some legs on him. Boykin sends one receiver to the high side. He sends Adrian Harrell along with Chevelle Robinson to the low side. That's Donald Baptiste to the high side, slot back to the top. Kendrick Francois with a nice hole up the middle. He's going to pop ahead for about 7 and a flag on the play.
I didn't see anything.
So the line judge throws the flag. Face mask against Independence. That'll tack on some more yards.
Must have saw something that nobody else saw.
Kendrick Francois on the play had a nice hole. He was met about 4 yards past the line of scrimmage, managed to push ahead for 1 or 2 more.
Butch, you see anything on that?
The mark off will be half distance to go.
So half the distance to the goal is the call. First down, goal to go from the 5.
Ooh, I tell you what, the
6:20.
momentum,
That clock hadn't run very much either.
this momentum changes constantly.
These are 2 great football teams on this field tonight. A great rivalry, one that this parish can be very proud of. Because when you pull out the rankings next year and you look across the state, these 2 teams are going to be ranked in the top 10. Adrian Harrell with Chevelle Robinson to the near side, up to the high side, way out of your picture is number 3, and we don't have his name. Francois. He's still on his feet down at about the 5.
You know, in a game like this, 16-7, that big safety back there by Antonio Donahue is going to be big in this game.
That or a field goal. That's going to bring up second down, goal to go from the 5-yard line. Baptiste brings the play in from the sideline. You can notice the end zone is full of people here tonight.
Oh, that's standing room over.
Kendrick Francois reaches up. Yeah, Francois lets Boykins know which direction he wants to go. Boykins on the keeper to the outside. Good pursuit by the Independence defense.
Oh, and I tell you what, from this vantage up here, I could see a hole down there that Boykins was going to run off of.
Phillips Jones just collapsed that whole side of the line and brought down Boykins.
McGowan's still limping on the sidelines.
McGowan's was limping, and also Darren Brister slow to get up. And what a crowd in the end zone. Here we go, folks. Third down, goal to go for the Warriors from Amite. They split the receivers a little bit now. Francois, the lone setback. Harrell in motion. Boykins on the reverse out to number 40. Looking for some running room and a fumble.
I think he got it back.
I don't know. It looks like the Independence player hit the ground first. We'll wait for the call. Adrian Harris fumbles. Independence recovers. A big break for the Tigers. So Adrian Harris never had the handle on it. On the recovery, number 20, Donnie Williams, pounces on the football.
And Adrian, that was a real good call by Coach Carriers, because everybody was going the other way, and they had an opening on this side. He just got here. I didn't see who hit him, but I'll tell you what, big turnover there.
And Coach Donald Carrera, you can bet, is really getting cranked up on the sideline. When you got the ball on the 5, that's a tough call.
You know, that's going to happen in a game like this. As long as you're not making mental errors, you could take an error like this, but that was a good drive by Amite Warriors.
McGowan. Quarterback sneak up the middle, give him some breathing room to about the 4. You notice when Brister went to the sideline on that fake, he had 2 linebackers pulling over with him. I mean, the Warriors are definitely scouting Mr. Brister tonight.
Darren Brister comes over here to get some water from the water boy, and they got 2 guys.
That's going to bring up second down. We'll call it about 8 to go, 7 to go for the Tigers of Independence. Terrence McGowan with a little bit of breathing room now from about the 4.5, 5-yard line. Quarterback sneak once again. He's not going to go very far on that one. He's stacked up the middle by Jedrick Taylor.
Not taking a big chance on a handoff there with 3 minutes, 20 seconds left to get any kind of chance for a fumble.
How much you want for them thick gloves? I appreciate you giving me the thin ones, all right? How much you want for the thick one?
I was about to ask for my liners back, but if you'd have told me they were real warm, I'd have given you. I'd have tried.
I think they made of ice. Here we go, folks. Third down, call it 5. 2:56 left to go in the first half. Two receivers to the high side. Amite and Brister in the backfield. On the pitch to Brister. Brister looking for some room to the outside. He's got the corner. He's got the first down.
Got a flag down.
You give him the corner, he's going to get the first down, but we see a flag on the play.
2 flags down.
2 flags down.
There's 2 markers on the play. Additional indication coming out.
So we'll wait and let the referee sort this one out with 2 flags on the play.
Additional indication is
Holding against the Tigers. So that nullifies the first down effort of Darren Brister and backs them back up to about the 2-yard line. You can bet if they put Independence in a punting situation here, the Amite Warriors will be after that football.
Yeah, they certainly will.
McGowan still limping a little bit, that left ankle hurting him somewhat, and of course this cold weather doesn't help very much.
I tell you what, on the
Doesn't help Butch Lee, does. Butch, you're not using those gloves in your pocket, are you? How much for the gloves, Butch? I mean, they're just... What
I'll rent them out for $100.
Third down, 9 yards to go, folks. Brister up the middle. Brister on his feet, and he's going to push away about
close to it,
1
but
yard
not
short.
quite. Yeah.
I tell you what, he had his head down, and he was just pushing.
You know, watch on this. We're talking about a block punt or anything like that. Number 42, Quentin Wheat, on the 2 extra points, has almost been there.
Yeah.
Each time. He's getting up, kind of discouraged because he almost has it. I wouldn't doubt they go for the block here.
So Adrian Harrell waits for it at about the 40-yard line. Quentin Woodford to do the punting for the Tigers. He'll be punting out of his own end zone. He'll strike the ball right about the end zone line. It looks like Amite's got a lot of folks up tight. They possibly could be going for the return here to get some field position with 1:28 left to go. High snap. Weatherford has to keep it. Weatherford puts the ball on the ground into the end zone. Amite recovers for a touchdown. So Quentin Weatherford couldn't get his hands on the ball. That's what we were talking about just now. Ball on the ground. Amite covers, 6 points.
Should have taken the penalty. Taking the penalty. Don't try to kick the ball. I mean, taking the safety. Don't try to kick the ball. That's a big turnover right there.
You know, I think that's what happened to Quentin was he couldn't make up his mind whether he was going to try to run it out of the end zone or just go down for the safety. That caused the fumble. So here we go, folks. What a shootout we have here in Independence.
Well, what you do there, when you get in that position, you have to think of everything that's going to happen. And if it's a snap over your head or a low snap, what you're going to do.
Timeout on the play, and I tell you,
he should have taken a knee, thrown it out the back of the end zone.
And it looked like he couldn't make a decision.
Well, he didn't even look like he was trying to kick the ball.
Yeah.
Left-footed or do something, just get it out of there.
Tonight's game being brought to you by Randy Folks Heating and Air Conditioning. Randy Folks, when the need arises, you want prompt service from an air conditioning or heating service representative who knows what to do. That's Randy Folks in Amite, 748-8838.
Unemployment, clean up our environment, and fight crime and drugs in our neighborhood.
Well, Fish, we were talking about a break. Maybe we're talking about a safety or something like that, but I think Amite comes away from this with some new life. They haven't been able to move the ball since that first. Well, they haven't had the ball since the first drive.
And I'd watch for a 2-point conversion here.
Charles Ginn.
Charles Ginn, and there is a marker on the play.
So we'll wait and see. I think somebody took some time, or somebody lined up offside in the neutral zone. You're watching Tangipahoa Television's broadcast.
Oh, it looks like it's going to be
offsides. Yeah.
They're going to go for 2. I'd go for 2 now.
Yeah.
Offside Tigers.
They're going for the 1
Look
point.
at the coaches getting together. Nah, they still saying go for 1.
They're going to call timeout. They're going to go for 2. No. They're going to let them go for it. 1 point. Rodney Boykins in to do the hole for Charles Ginn.
Unless the coaches were deacon us over there.
I think that's what they were doing. They knew we were watching. Charles Ginn gets it, and
the kick is good.
kick's good, Fish. 1 minute, 18 seconds. 16-14 is your score. This is a shootout, like I said before, here in Independence. This is for the district championship. The loser of this game has to go to Patterson and play next week. I think the winner, if Independence wins, they play 2 games home here. If they lose, they go to Patterson.
Oh, gross.
Who wants to go to Patterson? Nobody wants to go to Patterson.
That's Morgan City West.
Yeah. This has been a very emotional contest tonight. Both of these teams riding high on emotion.
I bet you Patterson has a Hilliard playing for him.
Oh, at least 2. From the 40-yard line, Charles Ginn has it teed up flat. He's going to give you a little old pooch kick down the middle, not chancing it, putting in Darren Brister's hands. With 1:18 left to go in the first half. So again, he's got the count right. Little pooch kick down the middle. Mike Governale tries for it, misses it. Donnie Williams gets it, looking for some running room to the outside.
Oh, he's got a
block and a hole. Donnie Williams struck down from behind by number 76. And I tell you, if number 76,
Roger Frazier.
Antonio Donnie.
No, Roger Frazier. Where did he come from?
I don't know, but if Donnie wouldn't have slowed down for that block to develop, he'd have never caught him.
Oh, this guy, I tell you what, everybody ought to be high-fiving him on the sidelines. He made a
excellent play, because Donnie Williams, when he gets to the sideline, he's one of the fastest men on this football team, if not the fastest. He would have burned up that sideline. 37-yard line with 1:02 and the clock ticking here in the first half. Terrence McGowan looks like he's not limping as bad as he was in the last series. Brister, the lone setback. And he can make the field short. There's Darren Brister doing what he does best. He shortens the field for you real quick.
Get a flag on the side, but kind of bumped out late.
So Darren Brister just doing what he needs to do. 41 seconds left to go in the first half. Time to put it in the air.
And you would think, minute left, you run out, try to throw
it's Amite Independence,
right up the middle, right up the middle, right up the middle.
Independence. Nobody gives an inch in this game. Here we go with the ball on about the 41-yard line. And the temperature about 39. Here we go. First down, 10 yards to go, 41 seconds. McGowan under center. To Brister. Brister picking his way to the outside, picks up a good block. Got some running room, looking for the sideline. Cuts it back toward the middle, down to about the 5-yard line, or 10-yard line. And he's finally pulled down there, so 2 plays.
66, Derek Taylor grabbed him by the collar and just kind of pulled him back. And if it wouldn't have been for that, Brister would have been gone.
So in 2 plays, Darren Brister takes them from their own 40 down to their 10.
We got
32 seconds left to go. They move the chains. The clock starts. McGowan under center, downs the football. So that'll give him a little time to get a play in from the sideline. Coach Baglio calls him over to the sideline and wonder what the offensive scheme can be here.
Well, you know, those 2 timeouts that Independence took so far really hurting them right now.
Yes, they are.
They could certainly use an extra timeout right here.
But you know, if you're the offensive coordinator for the Tigers, you got to be impressed with Brister warming up here late in the first half.
And you got to start getting your field goal team ready just in case they can't get it down there.
McGowan on the slant.
Good tip.
Good tip by number 21. That's Derek Foster. Derek Foster threw his hand
over tonight.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, this young man's having a whale of a football game for the Warriors. So the incomplete pass stops the clock with 24 seconds left to go. 24.9 seconds. Now these folks up here in Independence, they're precise.
24.9.
0.9, that's right. Ball resting on about the 11-yard line. Lamonte in the backfield with Darren Brister. McGowan at quarterback. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the high side. 2-step drop. McGowan being pressured. Lets it loose toward the end zone, and it's almost picked off by Derek Foster once again. So Derek Foster, if he had 1 more step, he was going to light that sideline.
Well, what they were trying to do is they were trying to fake the slant to Jackson, and then he cut back up, but there was no giving on it by the Amite defense. Looks like a
field goal try. Going to be by Quentin Weatherford.
Yeah,
From about the, let's see, that's the 18, 28.
28 yards.
Singleton to do the holding. Weatherford to attempt it.
Watch number 42.
Singleton gets it down. Quentin Weatherford hooks it to the left. It's no good. So Quentin Weatherford hooked that one to the left. Misses it with 12 seconds left to go. The Warriors will take possession and don't look for him to go to a knee.
No.
These guys want every play they can get tonight.
And the field goal attempt is no good. Wide left. And the Warriors take over first and 10.
First down from the 20-yard line. Rodney Boykins, we know what his arm's like. You see how he's ranked across the state as far as passers go. He's got a speedy wide receiver in Adrian Harrell. And he's going to send Harrell to the near side along with number 88, Chevelle Robinson. 2 slots to the high, 2 slots to the low with Kendrick Francois. At the lone setback, Boykins takes the knee. Now that I didn't think they would do. So Crawfish, what a whale of a first half here in Independence. The score, the Tigers 16, the Warriors 14. We'll be back with the halftime show in just a moment.
Secretary, Kim plays the clarinet. Johnny
14, Independence in the lead over the Amite Warriors. This is for the district championship. Again, keeps it on the ground once again to Mike Governale. Governale downs it at about the 36-yard line. So the same scenario once again. Governale with the football, downs it at the 36-yard line. The Tigers will have it. First down, 10 yards to go. And like we said, we're just starting the second half. Ron Gotro along with David Crawfish Cottrell and Butch Lee on the camera. On a nice balmy evening on top of Independence High Stadium.
First time we had cold weather all year.
Great football game so far. Great football game. 16-14 is the score.
You know, I'm kind of confused. You know, you're looking at 2 different teams out here, and they're running up and down the field, and all of a sudden, momentum goes one way, and you're trying to get a feel for the way that the ball game's going to go the rest of the game, and I'm stumped.
Brister off tackle goes nowhere. Met there by Tillman. So Tillman slanting down. Big Earl Tillman, 6 foot 209, the senior. Stops Mr. Brister for no gain, maybe a loss of 1. That'll bring up 2nd and 11. 11-16 left to go in the third quarter. We're just underway here in the second half at Independence Stadium, Tiger Stadium. McGowan injured a little bit in the first half. Was kind of favoring one of his ankles, his left ankle, I believe. In at quarterback, Darren Brister, the lone setback. McGowan, 2 steps on a delay to Brister. Brister looking for some running room, and he's met there by big number 75, Courtney, and Courtney just shut Mr. Brister down. So 2 plays and a loss of about 3 yards for Darren Brister.
Jeremy Stewart looked, what Jeremy Stewart, one of the linebackers just blew by. Kind of made Brister kind of alter his move in the backfield. And that's 2 straight losses for Darren Brister.
That'll bring up
third down and 12. So Coach Carey kind of made some changes at halftime.
McGowan. Straight drop back. Looking to hit the receiver coming in to pick up some blocking was number 81 on the play. And what Aller was doing was working his way back to the middle of the pack where all the blocking wall was set up.
Yep.
But McGowan throws it a little short, so that's going to bring up a punting situation. That'll send Adrian Harrell back deep to receive for the Warriors. He'll be waiting for it at about the 35-yard line. Quentin Weatherford in to do the punting for the Tigers of Independence. So Weatherford, he'll hit the ball at about the 25-yard line. They're operating from the far hash mark.
Last time somebody came through there untouched, and it looks like they're going for the ball again.
A little bit of a high snap, and the kick is blocked once again by Mr. Foster, and the ball will go out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. So Derek Foster once again almost beat the snap.
There is
a flag on the play. Big break for the Warriors, and I mean, this same time, Derek Foster just untouched, shot through there, Crawfish.
You know, you can't see something like that happen in the 10th game of the year. You should have that part of the game down pat. Call against
Tigers missed the climb.
Woo! Independence coming back. They're coming out real flat here. 2 plays for a loss, an incomplete pass, and then all of a sudden a block punt. So
you put your defense on the field.
Yep.
And Rodney Boykins will bring them out from the 20-yard line with 10:03 left to go. Independence leads in this contest by a score of 16-14. Chevelle Robinson comes to the near side along with Adrian Harrell. 2 receivers to the high side. Kendrick Francois, the lone setback. Boykins on the quarterback sneak. And he's going to get ahead for about 4, 5, 6 yards. Yeah.
Go to the line for about 5 yards.
Don't risk the handoff this deep. Just push it ahead.
Yeah, you're right. They did last time. They risked the handoff around the 1-yard line, and Independence comes back with about a 90-yard drive, and just you can't do anything with it. They missed the field goal right. I mean, missed the field goal right before half.
Right at the half. That'll bring up 2nd down. Let's call it 5 for go for the first. 2 receivers again to the high side, top of your screen, 2 to the low side. Francois, the only setback. On the keeper, Boykins.
Guess who?
Making his way to the corner, picks up a block from Harrell, and Donnie Williams fights off the block from Adrian Harrell, and he's going to push Boykins out of bounds at about the 4 or 5 yard line. So Donnie Williams with a good defensive play had to fight off a block.
And first down on Williams.
He did a good job of saving a touchdown there and holding Boykins to only 5 yards.
First and goal with 8:53 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Amite trails in this contest by a score of 16-14. Again, goes to the top with Batiste. Adrian Harrell down below with Chevelle Robinson. Boykins under center. Kendrick Francois bulls his way ahead to about the 5. That'll give him about a 4-yard pickup on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down, goal to go. It doesn't look like Amite's doing anything fancy, Crawfish. They're just trying to play some smash mouth football. Keep the ball up the middle, keep it safe, and get some points on the board.
Try to make some moves up the middle with Francois, and then Boykins can bounce to the outside.
Same formation, 2 to the high, 2 to the low, lone setback, operating from the near hash mark. Boykins brings Charles Ginn in about 10 yards. To Francois. Up the middle, Francois carrying Tigers with him till about the 1 yard line. That's as close to the goal as you can get without getting in, and he carried a couple of Tigers with him on that last 2 yards.
Ball is now resting at the 2 yard line, 1.5 yard line. Will it be?
Timeout.
Timeout.
The officials want it.
An official timeout.
Now they can't measure because it's 3rd and goal. No measurement. I think he's looking for something warm.
I think he wants to back
He wants to back the crowd up. That's what they want to do. They want to get the Tangipahoa Parish Sheriff's Department and the Independence Police Department to back the crowd up. Some of them are standing just about on the football field, right at the pylons on the far side. Butch Lee can get a shot of it for you. And I guess they don't want anybody's feet to get involved in the play. And here comes the wind again. Oh, didn't we miss it? Gee, we got about a good steady 10 or 12 mile an hour wind blowing up here on top of Independence Stadium. Here we go, folks. 3rd down, goal to go for the Warriors of Amite, trying to look to get ahead in this contest. Rodney Boykins being pushed by Kendrick Francois, and the ball pops out, and Independence picks it up once again, Crawfish. The same break as before. Amite had the ball on the 1-yard line, fumbled it. Now again it happened.
I actually thought he was about in, and the ball pops up in the air. That's 2 times on the 1-yard line. You know, it's just not your night when you fumble 2 times on the goal.
That's it. And, you know, Coach Donald Carrier's got to be upset because it looked like to us that Boykins was already in for the touchdown when the fumble happened, but that's not the way it goes. The Tigers have the football right now resting on about the 10-yard line, and they dodged the big bullet.
Boy, it just squirted straight up in the air. Lucky it wasn't returned.
I thought, Butch Lee was saying, looking through the camera, he thought he was over also, but that's not the break.
Yeah, we're not at the same angle.
We're not at the same angle.
Boy, that ball popped straight up in the air. He might not have had the ball. That's why.
Terrence McGowan from the 10 to Darren Brister. Brister looking for some room and still not been able to find much. And he's finished off there by number 11, Adam Smith on the play.
Well, they're back to 0 for yardage gains in the third quarter.
6:58 left to go in this third quarter. Independence ahead, 16-14. Amite squandering 2 big scoring opportunities with the football inside the 3-yard line both times. Once in the first half and once here to start the third. So here we go, second down, 7 to go. Ball resting, let's call it the 12-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side for the Tigers. Lamonte in the backfield with Darren Brister. Terrence McGowan going all the way at quarterback tonight. McGowan to Brister. Brister looking for some room to the outside. Can't pick up a block.
Ooh.
And I don't know who got the worst of that.
42.
You know that? I don't know whether Quentin Wheat or Darren Brister got the worst of that.
I'll tell you what. Well, when you're defensive player, you always think that the other guy got it. Because, I mean, that was a perfect tackle. And he got up.
Yeah, both of them got up. Brister a little slow getting back to the huddle. But I tell you, it was a picture-perfect tackle, and that was a picture-perfect running over somebody.
Oh, he popped him.
That one will go to the highlight films for sure. 17-yard line, third down, 4 to go. Darren Brister wandering around in the backfield. He gets set, and he's met in the backfield. He moved a little early on the play. I think Darren Brister might have been hurt on that play.
Yeah, I don't know if he moved earlier.
He's down right now. He moved early. I don't know if he might have a concussion or he got his little bell rung there, but he's getting up slow.
I think
he could probably be in La-La land by the way he's walking.
Refuse this. It's going to bring up a 4th and...
Darren Brister trying to shake this injury off. He is a little cloudy-headed from that hit that he and Quentin Wheat had together.
He's walking over by the concession stand.
And he moved a little early on the play. And they're going to decline it.
We'll bring up 4th down.
And Brister's still trying to walk it off. He's trying to work his way back to the huddle.
He got popped pretty good.
That's it. They're going to have to go in a punting situation.
Yeah, that's not good for Independence.
They need to go over and get Darren Brister to the sideline and take a look at his eyes to make sure they're not cloudy.
Yeah, he really doesn't need to be in here right now.
Here we go. The ball resting on about the 15-yard line. Quentin Weatherford back deep to punt. And Brister's headed toward the sideline. Adrian Harrell back deep to receive.
Yeah, Brister's coming off. Good.
Quentin Weatherford gets a nice kick away. It's going to hit at about the 48-yard line. Bounce in to the Warrior territory down to about the 43. So the Warriors will have it once again. And number 76 strutting out onto the field. That's going to be big Antonio Donahue. Antonio ready to play some football. We'll try to look on the sideline, see if Brister can get his head cleared up. He's looking over into the stand saying he's all right. I tell you, though, you can tell his bell was rung just a little bit because you never see Darren Brister move early. They're going to take a look at him, re-brace that ankle possibly.
Got popped in the head and they can look at his ankle.
There you go. First down, 10 yards to go for the Warriors from the 42-yard line. Rodney Boykins under center. Hadn't thrown that much tonight. That's why I said that, because he looks like he rolls
deep,
out,
look
sets
at
up.
deep.
He's got a deep route to Adrian Harrell, who's being covered by Donnie Williams.
Oh,
and
no.
that's going to be offensive pass
That's got to be
interference.
offensive. That can't be defensive.
That's got to be offensive pass interference.
And that ball actually could have been caught.
Donnie Williams way out in front on this, going for the football.
They were both turning around. I really didn't see much.
Donnie Williams matching Adrian Harrell step for step down the field.
I didn't see it real close, but I don't know if they should have been called or not. Either way.
It was incidental contact. Williams had an eye on the ball. He was out in front of Harrell. When the ball came down, that's what it was, offensive pass interference. Adrian Harrell just kind of ran up Donnie's back. Donnie was trying to slow down to get the ball. So Donnie Williams covering Adrian Harrell like a glove so far tonight.
Actually, they had two people down there, and Williams had to take the deep guy, and the guy short was open. And I'm sure somebody saw that.
I'm sure somebody saw it. Here we go, first down. Second down. We'll call it, a whole bunch. 25 to go? Yeah, second and 25 to go for the first for the Warriors. Joe Levine telling Donnie Williams to back up a couple of steps. He's going to have to cover Chevelle Robinson this time. Adrian Harrell double covered to the high side. Charles Ginn in the backfield in motion. On the option play, Boykins keeps it himself, cuts it upfield, got a nice hole, got two men to beat, and a good heads-up tackle put on him there by number 6 for Independence, Jeremy Brown, but a fine piece of running. A fine piece of running, too, by Boykins.
It is. You know, Ron, we've seen some pretty good football here this year with Ponchatoula, Kentwood,
Hammond,
Albany, Hammond,
Springfield.
oh, yeah, these two teams here. We'll put you on the spot now. I've kind of made up my mind on some players. We're going to try to see who you think some of the offensive players of the year, defensive players of the year, coach of the year, special teams of the year, team of the year.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll think about it. Third down, 11. Boykins sets, hits the back, out of the backfield. He's going to pick up the first down yardage. That's Adrian Harris once again.
Tackled by number 5, Emory Robinson. You know, we see some pretty good players on offense this year. Who's your pick for Offensive Player of the Year?
Darren Brister, Independence High School.
Yep.
1,800 plus yards this year. How about yours?
Darren Brister.
Second runner-up, Martinez Lewis from Ponchatoula, with a great passing performance this year.
Yeah. Defensive Player of the Year?
Oh, man, that is a tough one. I tell you what, Charles Ginn ahead for about 4 on the play. Looking at defensive players throughout the parish, I probably would have to go, I don't know, Donnie Williams on defense for Independence is a defensive back, and then the young kid on the line for Hammond High, Brandenburg, I think his name is,
yeah.
Michael Brandenburg.
Yeah, he had an excellent game, and I can't say from everybody because I hadn't seen everybody in the parish play, but my defensive player of the year is right there on the field now, Chris Galafour.
Chris Galafour, yes, definitely.
He single-handedly beat Ponchatoula.
Flag on the play. Coach of the year, got to give it to Carmen Moore, his first year back making the playoffs. Charlie Baggs with an undefeated season so far this year, doing a great job, and probably it's a
strong runner-up.
Strong runner-up.
Strong runner-up. How about Coach Rigby?
Ed Rigby, yes, in the Albany program. And the reason I'm giving it to Carmen, of course, Carmen back the first year going to the playoffs after a one win last year, a football team that had 1 win last year. Yep. Taking that team to the playoffs is quite a feat. Ed Rigby, of course, a great coach in Albany, second or third year into the program. Charlie Baglio, with the coach from Laranja retiring, Charlie Baglio is the dean of coaches in Tangipahoa Parish. 12 yards to go for the first down. Boykins in the flats to Harrell. Harrell drugged down there by number 2, Tofield. Special teams.
Oh, special teams. We saw him last week.
Walter Kitchen.
Oh, yeah, he had an all-world week last week.
Best kicker in the parish, Brent Hanna, Hammond High, and Moore, Hammond High. It's a tie. Brent Hanna, of course, for scoring. Yep. Moore for putting them all in the end zone, but Brett Hanna, one of the rising young stars in the kicking game, not only in high school football here in Louisiana, but I'd match him with a lot of them across the nation.
And Dow Moore is only, I think, a sophomore?
Yes. Here we go, folks. Third down, 4 yards to go. Rodney Boykins on the quarterback keeper with a big line push. It's going to pick up the first down yardage. So Amite,
you know what? I tell you what, go ahead.
Amite pounding it out on the ground. They're just getting down and making costly mistakes. I understand you're calling Ed Rigby. Ed Rigby, a great football coach.
Yeah.
Best football team in the parish this year has to go to the Bayou Thunder, Coach Stan Cherniak.
Yeah.
They're going into the playoffs tomorrow night.
Certainly is. All-around player of the year.
Let me think about that one. Here we go. First down. 10 yards to go for the Warriors. 1:21 left to go in the third quarter. Charles Ginn on a little counter. Garofola on the tackle. All-around player throughout the parish.
I mean,
I'm going to let you vote first on this.
Just somebody you want to have on your team in all
Charlie
aspects.
Landry.
Oh, you got it.
Charlie Landry, I'll take as many of those as you make.
Oh, I mean, offensive, defensive, he does a little bit of everything.
Heart the size of an elephant.
Oh, he'll be an all-district offensive and defensive player. So he's my pick.
Cameraman of the year? Butch Lee.
Butch Lee.
Butch Lee. Darren Gamel. Now, second down. 8 to go. On a delay to Adrian Harrell. Harrell met there by some of the Independence Tigers, but he breaks a couple of tackles and is going to get ahead about 4 yards up by himself. Couldn't get by Donnie Williams.
Yeah, but I tell you what, Donnie Williams didn't get him right
Donnie
there.
don't get him. He's gone.
He was going. Actually, he should have been tackled by 4 or 5 people before that point.
25 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. The clock is ticking. Independence hanging on to a 16-14 lead, and I say that literally because Amite has been within the 3-yard line twice tonight.
You're right.
Good football game by both of these teams. I know no one's disappointed out there watching it.
This has been an Amite third quarter.
Here we go, folks. Big third
get
down
it all.
play. That's the end of the quarter. Tonight's contest being brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken in Hammond, Amite, and Ponchatoula. Stop by and see the Helms family.
Good.
That's right. Stop by and see the Helms family, try their new chicken pot pie, or enjoy their dinner buffet. Also being brought to you by the Amite Sunflower Store, located at Highway 51 South in Amite, Louisiana. Always fresh produce, fresh delicatessen items, breads, cakes, and the meat there, I tell you what, it's only the freshest at the Amite Sunflower. Also tonight, the contest being brought to you by Charles V. Jinko, attorney at law. Phone number 748-8164. He's located down by the post office in Amite with over 15 years trial experience. Charles Jinko. Also tonight's contest being brought to you by Senator BB 60 Rayburn. He's running for state senate. He appreciates your vote on November 18th. BB 60 Rayburn. Broomfield Motor Company bringing you the contest tonight. The best prices anywhere, and they've been here a long time. Broomfield Motor Company in Amite. Here we go, folks. Big play for the Amite Warriors. 3rd and 7. Of course, this is 4-down territory for the Warriors.
And they're going to call a
fourth quarter.
timeout.
And they're going to call
4
another
down
time.
and a timeout.
Tonight's contest also being brought to you by Ragusa's Building Supply, located at Highway 51 in Independence and at 404 West Railroad Avenue. They have all the building supplies you could possibly need to build, remodel, or renovate. Ragusa Brothers and Independence bringing you tonight's contest. Also, folks, heating and air conditioning, and the heating part is what you need tonight. So you need to get that heater services, cold snap moving in, call Randy Folks. That's the man who knows what he's doing. 748-8838. And tonight's contest being brought to you by Phil Shark, candidate for senator. He asked for your vote and support on November 18th.
Call Randy.
Yeah, Randy, where that heater we ordered for here? And you know what we just realized, Butch Lee, is that we could actually be down in that press box crawfish tonight.
Yeah,
but
I know you could. You did that to me once before.
But we wouldn't let Butch suffer by himself, would we?
You know, I bet Randy Folks is going to be real busy tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that guy selling that firewood, his business is picking up right now. Here we go, folks. 3rd down.
Big play.
Big play for the Warriors. They put Ginn in the backfield with Kendrick Francois. Ginn at the tailback. Francois in a slot to the near side. On the option to Charles Ginn. Boykins got some room, makes the pitch, and the ball rolls out of bounds. And
first
down territory. So the ball actually rolled for the first down.
Oh, I tell you what. Look, Coach Curry on the other side.
Oh, my goodness. He got his hand over his eyes because he got the first down. And if he catches the ball, he might be tackled before he got to the first down. Darren Brister in on defense for the Independence Tigers. Checking into the contest for Amite is Cedric Graves.
First down and 10 for the Warriors.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball resting at about the 22-yard line. 11:53 left to go in this contest. Independence ahead by a score of 16-14. Amite driving. Charles Ginn met there by big Mike Governale.
Take the ball away.
Just wraps him up. And they blow it dead. Garofalo comes up with the football, but Mike Governale was not fooled. He stayed at home. He made the good wrap up, and he's finished off and stripped by Garofalo. So Amite once again stalling a little bit down in Independence territory.
Second down and 10 yards to go for the first down.
2nd and 10.
This football game is everything it's cracked up to be. The score is a little lower than I thought it would be. Good,
especially after the first quarter.
Yes, good defensive effort on both parts. I know Brister has 100 yards, but it would only be right at it. Boykins on the keeper with a lead block. He makes the corner. He's down to the 10. He's down at about the 7-yard line. So Boykins real successful on that keeper. Some good lead blocking out there by number 77 for Amite. That's Perry. So Perry pulls and lead Boykins around for another first down, Crawfish.
And that's individual effort there, because he had one block out, but he outran his block, got the ball down to the 7-yard line.
8-yard line.
So here we go. First down, goal to go from the 8. They fumbled twice down here. They've been in this position a couple of times tonight, and both times they fumbled the football. Or 2 times they fumbled the football. Rodney Boykins brings him to the line of scrimmage. He's got Charles Ginn and Francois in the backfield with him. Receivers in tight. Boykins. Francois. Touchdown. Nope, he doesn't get the touchdown, but I tell you what, I thought he was in. He gets it down to about the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and you know, you say when you get down here, it's 4-down territory, but for Amite has been fumble territory.
Fumble territory.
Second and goal to the 2-yard line.
So Amite looking to take the lead in the 4th quarter with 10:38 left to go. Independence defense has gotten real tough the closer they get to the goal line, and they can't get much closer than this. Same formation, Ginn and Francois in the backfield. They'll go into the split. Boykins to Ginn. And he fights his
not
way.
going to give it to him.
And they're going to say he stopped at the goal line, Crawfish. So Charles Ginn does not get in. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal. A field goal puts you up by 1. What do you do? Well, you try 3rd down first.
I sit up here in the stands. Don't call it.
Don't call that stuff.
I'm not the one that calls that.
3rd down. Here it is, folks. Big play. Rodney Boykins under center. Everybody in tight for the Independence Tigers. And Boykins dropped for a loss. No, Ginn has the football, and he's caught from behind by that'll be LeBrandon Tofield.
Stingy defense. Now you make the call.
Now you make the call, Coach Career. Do you go for one and do you go for the field goal and let your defense have this ball game?
I think you'd have to go for it now, because you know that your defense has been holding pretty good, and then also the punting game of Independence hadn't been doing real good tonight.
So you look at the punting game. Here it is, folks. This will take the wind out of Amite's sails if they do not get in. 4th down, goal to go from the 1. It don't get no better than this. Boykins, he sneaks his way ahead for the touchdown. So Rodney Boykins on the keeper to the near side, makes it in for the touchdown, and with 8:48, Amite takes the first-time lead in this contest. Smart play.
He didn't get it by much. I'll tell you what, that was a gutsy call.
Very stingy defense.
Number 44, Kendrick Francois running up and down the field. The coach has telling him to go back in there. They're going for 2. Boykins under center. And it looks like a jump. by the Independence Tigers. Going to bring them even closer.
Number 20. All 5 Tigers.
Second half really hadn't been Independence's half, except for the 3 players right there from about the 4-yard line, where Boykins going in for the touchdown. They really hadn't been able to control the game like they did.
Brister has been shut down.
Yeah, he has. They did a good job of changing things up.
They put a scout out on Brister, and Brister, just like you said, he can't go to the sideline without 2 Amite players being on him.
Well, he's not through.
Second down, going for the 2 points. Francois and Ginn at the tailback. Boykins to Ginn. Ginn with some room to the outside. And he does get in. But he broke the line, the plane, before he dropped the football.
Yep.
So there you go, Crawfish.
Amy gets on the 1-yard line. They fumble again.
8:48.
He actually got in, though.
8:48 left to go in this contest. The score, 22-16. Amite in the lead. And you can bet the Independence Tigers want to get the football in Darren Brister's hands. He's rallied about 1,800 plus yards for him.
Look, Darren Brister saying, I'm going to get the ball. Give it to me. Give it to me. And I guarantee you this time, they kick the ball short to Governale. I got a feeling he's going to turn around and pitch it to somebody.
Darren Brister moving up. He's going to force him to kick it to him. He's going to send Lamonte back deep. He's going to stand at about the 30-yard line, so Brister. Now, Charles Ginn has spotted where Brister is. He's got the ball laying flat for a pooch kick. You can bet he's going to be angling it toward a sideline. And it's coming to the near sideline. Picked up there by Brister, and he's met by half of the Amite football team. So Darren Brister up to... Well, Darren was up too close for any type of blocking wall or blocking scheme to form, but he did get the ball in his hands at the 30-yard line. We've got 8:44 left to go, and we've got a football game.
He caught the ball in the air on the run, and he'd have been gone.
So Independence will have it at the 32. Terrence McGowan in at quarterback all night. He's going to send 2 receivers to the high side. Lamonte in the backfield Billy Lamonte along with Darren Brister. To Brister. Brister to the outside, looking for the corner. He gets it. He gets 12. He gets 15. He gets 20. And he's out at about the 45-yard line.
You know, Ron, right after Amite scored, Brister went on the field. He was going back to get the kickoff and ran back to the 10. And as he was running on, he was turning around to everybody in the stands and pointing to himself saying, hey, it's time for me to step it up. He said, I'm going to make something happen. And look at him. First play that he gets the ball.
20 yards.
He's fired up.
Here we go. The ball in Amite territory, resting at about the 46. The stands are rocking here at Independence Stadium. Lamonte and Brister from the far hash mark. McGowan to Brister. Brister looking for a hole. Makes it to the outside, turns on his feet. He's got the corner, and he's going in for a touchdown. Darren Brister doing what he does best. He touches the ball twice and puts it in the end zone.
No flag. You knew he was pumped up. You knew he was pumped up.
Darren Brister.
And you know what?
70 yards.
He had 3 or 4 guys that had the angle on him. And he just outran everybody in the corner.
70 yards on 2 carries for Darren Brister.
And that's why he always winds up with 200 yards, because he's always going to break a long one like that.
So Darren Brister pushing the 200-yard mark now. Point after attempt. I think they're going for 1. We have an injury on the play for Independence. Jared Rick coming out a little shaken up. I think he was just a little winded trying to run down and follow Brister.
They're looking for backups in here. And Independence is going to have to waste the timeout because they can't get somebody in for the extra point. That's not going to fire Coach Baggs up at all.
Folks, I want to cover these sponsors for you one more time because I believe we're fixing to get into a shootout here. Of course, tonight's contest being brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken in Hammond, Amite, and Ponchatoula, Broomfield Motor Company, Phil Short, he's a candidate for senator, also Charles Jinko, Broomfield Motor Company, People's Bank, Folks Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, and BB60 Rayburn. And we'd like to thank Charles Jinko, Broomfield, People's Bank, Sunflower, because they've sponsored Amite quite continuously this year.
Big extra point here.
Big extra point coming up. Weatherford, Singleton holding. Ball will be placed down at the 10. 20 yards to the middle of the uprights. Quentin Weatherford. High snap. Singleton gets it down. Weatherford gets it up. And it's through.
Good.
So there you go, folks. 7:41 left to go in this contest. Independence retakes the lead by a score of 23-22. And this one ain't over yet, baby.
Yep.
What did they say that? Who was it? Yogi Berra said, it ain't over till it's over. What a great performance by Darren Brister. What a great performance by Rodney Boykins and the Amite Warriors. This has just been one whale of a contest. Amite pounding the ball out on the ground. Independence opting and going for the big plays.
Can't turn out the lights. The fat lady's not singing yet.
She's not even warming up, baby. Adrian Harrell back deep to receive. He's got Chevelle Robinson with him. In to do the kicking will be Darren Brister. It warmed up a little bit, Crawford.
Yeah.
Butch Lee says, where?
Must be in Atlanta.
We must be in Atlanta. They're doing the chop. Here we go, folks. Darren Brister waiting for the whistle.
Yeah, this Amite team's not going to lay down, though.
Swift kick. Picked up there by number 22. Broomfield. Broomfield with some room up the middle. Gets a nice return up to about the 44-yard line.
I tell you what, Amite's done a good job on their kickoff team because they're giving this offense good field position every time. They got the ball at the 45-yard line. We've got 7.5 minutes left in this ball game.
Before the contest, I was down on the field watching Amite coaches watch their kickers work out. And one thing he kept saying to them is, guys, do it right because this could come down to a field goal.
It certainly could.
2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the high side. Rodney Boykins under center. He reverses out. Hits Harrell. Harrell with a block. Got the sideline. Harrell, one man to beat, and he can't beat him. Ooh. Good heads-up play by number 5, Emory Robinson, but Adrian Harrell was smoking it down the sideline.
Amy's doing a good job of trying to get one-on-one or one-on-none.
Last one with the ball wins?
Yeah, shoot.
Yeah, a good block on the play out there by number 55, David Holden. First down from the 31-yard line with 7:12 left. Do not leave your TV sets. 2 receivers go to the high side. That's Robinson and Harrell. Francois, the lone setback. Again in a slot to the high side. Shut down by big Mike Governale is Kendrick Francois. Mike Governale just threw his block away, reached into the backfield, and caught a hold to Kendrick Francois.
Also in there is Chris Gallifor.
Chris Garofalo's in on all of them. Yeah. He may not make the initial hit, but you can bet before they stop bouncing, he's there.
Well, you don't call his number because he's the last one to get up. He's the first one to make a tackle.
He's on the bottom of the pile. 6:39. Tigers with a 1-point lead, 23-22. Ball on about the 32. Second down, called at 11. Boykins, deep drop. Little pressure. Looking downfield and overthrows Harrell. Nice catch on the sideline.
That's a good play by Boykins because he has somebody deep downfield, but good coverage down there, number 23, Richard Levatino.
I don't know who that fan was, but he caught it. A nice one-handed grab.
Yeah, he certainly did.
And a cup in the other hand, didn't spill a drop. Third down.
My hero.
for the Warriors. Out of field goal range. Ball resting on the 31. They've got about 11 to go. Timeout called by Coach Donald Career.
And you know, you certainly have to consider a field goal now with 6.5 minutes left with a 1-point lead by the Independence Tigers. Amy's got to start thinking about a field goal. And when we were watching them when they played Bishop Sullivan, we were out on the field. They've got one kid who was kicking them through for about 40, 45 yards.
One thing you're looking at here, though, this is a tough field to kick on for the simple reason, if you look, the trees behind you, you get a crosswind right at the goalpost when the wind's blowing from the north.
Yeah, because you had that shade cloth back there.
You got that shade cloth back there.
I wonder where they got that stuff from.
And this wind, I believe me, it's blowing about 15, 20 miles an hour. Feel like it's about 100. 6:23 left to go in this contest. Big play for the Amite Warriors. They've got to go 11 yards. They've got to go to the 21 for the first down. Boykin sends 2 receivers to the near side, Ginn and Harrell. Chevelle Robinson, the lone receiver, to the high side. Kendrick Francois will be the setback. Man-to-man coverage all around. Ginn goes in motion. Reversed out. Boykins to Harrell. Harrell met there by number 2. That's going to be Donald Batiste.
I thought Donald Batiste had a chance. If that ball was not have been high.
Yeah, Tofield had a shot at
picking that off.
So that's going to bring up 4th.
And they said that was a, they call it a pass. All the Independence people think it was a lateral.
A lateral, but they call it a pass. But it does bring up the most important play of this contest so far, and we've had so many of them. 6:19. I guess the closer we get to the end, the more important they get.
Yeah, they are.
11 yards to go. So Coach Donald Career, if he's got an 11 or 12-yard play, he needs to pull it out of the book. Boykins to the high side as a receiver. In at quarterback will be number 7, Vonado. Harrell in motion.
Guess who?
Vonado cranks it off. Looking for Rodney Boykins, and they'll get a flag on that.
No
do
flag.
Not get a flag.
Look like it.
They got their feet tied up and went down. Independence will take over. So Donnie Williams covering Rodney Boykin foot for foot. They got their feet tangled up. Both went down. No flag on the play. Independence takes over with 6:13 left to go in this contest.
Yeah, hard to see from here exactly what happened, but it looked like both of them kind of just ran up on each other. Hey, you could have put everybody on the field over there. Who you going to, Boykin?
You know, on special teams, too, Walter Kinchin down in Ponchatoula, I know we mentioned him, but that young man has come on big time here in the last 2 weeks.
He's a little bitty guy. And he's a good kid, too.
Oh, yeah, real good kid. Here we go, folks. Independence has got 6 minutes, 13 seconds left. I don't think Darren Brister's through. 2 receivers to the near side. McGowan to Brister. Brister reverses his cut back up the middle. He was angling toward the near sideline and then saw a hole at the middle, shot through it to pick up about 4.
Brister gets past the linebackers. There are no defensive backs back there. Everybody's playing up on the line. You've got a couple of backs that are playing on the wide receivers, but everybody else is right up on the line. So they're not taking a chance. They're taking a chance that if Darren Brister breaks it, he's gone.
Here we go, folks. 2 to the near side. Brister in the backfield with Lamonti.
They've got everybody up on the line.
Amite stack in the middle saying, we want you to run the ball. And Brister obliges, and Brister ahead right about the first down marker. And Butch Lee will tell me if he's got it. And Butch Lee gives me the 1. That means that's first down.
Oh, fastball. Yes, indeed. Bring them the heat, Butch.
Bob Euchre. Just a little outside.
Boy, they run that slant to Jackson.
First down, 10 yards to go. The clock ticking with 5:11 left. Independence with a 1-point lead over the Amite Warriors. This for the district championship.
Give them a little bit now.
Brister bouncing off tacklers, can't get away from big number 75. Courtney wraps him up and will not turn him loose.
Good tackle by Courtney.
I've been colder before in my life, but not much.
You're just not used to it.
Well, they spring it all in one day, you know.
Heck, I was in New York a month and a half ago, and it was colder than this. I'm glad I'm not a Yankee.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
They can have this.
Here we go, folks. Backs in the eye. Second down. Brister trying to pick a hole. Can't find one. Wrapped up there by Dixon. So Brister to hand it off to him about 4 yards deep to give him a little picking room, I guess you would call. But Dixon there shuts it down.
Big play by Dixon there.
I'll tell you what.
Up a 3rd and 8.
3rd and 8, and Amite. I don't have their timeout count, but I do believe they have one left.
I believe they only took one in the 3rd quarter.
Okay. They want the football back. 3rd and 8. Here we go. Big play for the Tigers. Big play for the Warriors. Definitely punting territory and been having problems with the punting game tonight. On the delay to Brister. Brister up the middle and a nice lick by Carlos Brown. So Carlos Brown puts a good shot on Darren Brister, and that's going to bring up a punting situation. Adrian Harrell will go back deep for the Warriors with 3:20 and the clock ticking.
Well, here's where the blood pressure's starting to go up.
Yes,
3:20 left in this ball game.
Adrian Harrell.
Up by 1 point, and Amite getting the ball back.
You couldn't have wrote a better script.
Can't write anything with these big gloves on.
Weatherford back deep to punt. He'll hit the ball at about the 36-yard line. Nice snap, little pressure, and Weatherford gets a nice high kick, angling toward the sideline and into the 3rd row of the stands. And I think he got the tuba player.
Yeah, but you know what? That was a good kick because it was almost blocked. He did a good job of turning away.
He had to turn his whole body away from it. Lots of pressure coming in. Here we go, folks. 2:45 left to go on the clock. Amite trailing this one by 1, a score of 23-22. Best ball game we've done in a few years. I mean, as far as nip and tuck.
I don't know if I'm shaking because I'm nervous or I'm cold.
It could be a combination. Well, it's that hat you got on.
My skull cap?
Your skull cap. First down, 10 yards to go for the Warriors. Boykins under center. 2-step drop, squaring up, hitting the back, out of the backfield, and in and out of the hands of Adrian Harris.
He was open.
Harris was open. Boykins put the ball on his hands, and I guess that little cold weather will affect you.
Yeah, that play's worked for Amite all night long.
Amite with 2 big scoring opportunities inside the 3-yard line. Fumbled on both plays.
You know, you got to look at Darren Brister still in there. He plays every down.
He's out covering Ginn on the play. 2nd and 10, 2:40 left. Boykins to Harrell at the 50. Harrell brought down at about the 49-yard line.
Bring up a 3rd and 3.
3rd down, 3 yards to go, Fish.
That same play that they ran straight up the sidelines before. Kind of a short sideline this time, on the short side of the field.
It's gut check time for that Independence defense.
Oh, yeah. And for the Amite offense.
4 down territory for the Warriors with 2:12 left. Man in motion is Ginn. Ginn breaks 1 tackle, gets back over now. He picks up the 1st down. So they'll have it 1st down and 10. 1:58 left to go in the contest.
Jeremy Brown
hurrying up, getting back to the huddle.
Jeremy Brown had get stopped in the backfield and just couldn't hold on to him. So Amite's on a roll.
Amite rolling. They're on their 45-yard line of the Independence Tigers. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Robinson to the high side. Harrell to the near side. Boykins on the rollout to the near side. Looking downfield, jumps it off to Charles Ginn, and it's in and out of the hands again. And Charles Ginn was looking upfield before he tucked the ball away.
That's 2 plays that somebody was wide open.
So that does stop the clock with 1:38 left to go.
And Independence is a 1:38.
And I want you to take a look at Charles Bagley on the sideline. He's as cool as a cucumber. He's been here so many times.
On the outside.
On the outside. On the outside. On the inside, no telling, but I know Charlie Baggio. 2. Nobody in the backfield. Receivers all over the field. Boykins lofts it downfield. And a flag on the play. They're going to call pass interference, I believe. And we'll wait and see what the call is.
Yeah, you know they're going to go.
That was Vonado going to Boykins one more time. And we'll wait for the referee's indication, and this could be a devastating blow to the Independence Tigers.
Almost an identical play as
They're going to be flagged for it. And I'll tell you, Donnie Williams running man-to-man with Rodney Boykins, and it looks like he was going for the football.
They just going for the alley-oop there, Ron, just trying to throw the ball up and get Boykins to out-jump everybody.
So that'll move the ball up to the 30-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go with 1:29 left to go in this contest. The score, 23-22. Rodney Boykins back under center. Kendrick Francois along with Ginn in the backfield. Boykins on a quick hitch out to number 2. That's going to be Donald Baptiste, and it's incomplete.
Old flea flicker.
The hook and trailer, the hook and ladder, the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, the hook got to catch it first.
Yeah. Where did we see that work? Oh, at a Holy Ghost game a couple of weeks ago. Biddy Latine and I were doing it. A Holy Ghost game. I saw the play work for the first time this year. One of the most practiced plays in high school football, and one of the plays that is most unsuccessfully completed. Second down, 10, 1:25 left to go. Rodney Boykins, 2 setbacks.
Boykins going to run it on the outside.
On the reverse, on the ground, Baptiste lofts it up in the air to nobody. But there was a wide open number 81, Cedric Graves.
Tell you what,
Baptiste spun around and just flipped it to nobody.
good thing they didn't call him for intentional ground.
Oh, man. That looked like a foul shot.
It was foul.
23-22 is your score. You're watching Tangipahoa Television broadcast of local high school football, and it's a great game between Amite and Independence. 1:19 left to go. Ron Gotro along with David the Crawfish Cottrell and Butch Lee on camera. 3rd and 10.
Amy's pulling out all of the
Vonado under center again. Boykins. Vonado looking for Boykins once again. He heaves it across the middle. Broken up and intercepted by Darren Brister. Darren Brister picking up a block, heading for the sideline, looking for a clip. That one, yeah. Darren Brister on the tip by Donnie Williams. Ices this one. Ices this one for the Tigers. Donnie Williams got up in Boykins' face, tipped the ball. Darren Brister come up with it.
You can't run Boykins, the only person that you got. You got to use him as a decoy. Run him down, you got everybody going at him, throw it to somebody else. Every time that Boykins is lined up as a wide receiver, they've thrown the ball to him. Would have been a perfect time to run a decoy.
So let's see what the call is, and it was after the interception. Chop block.
Looked like a clip.
Chop block by the Tigers. Now you start working your timeouts if you're Amite with 1:05 left to go in this contest. And what a football game. 23-22, and it just doesn't get any better than that.
Baggs is going to take one of his timeouts. Hey, when you die, you can't take them with you to heaven, so you might as well
use them now. Talk to your kids. You tell them do not give up the football no matter what.
Yeah. You can't go to Burger King and say, I got an extra timeout. Can I use it?
What are you going to get with this timeout?
They might take it at the High Hope.
Where Billy? Tell Billy I want 2 dressed with sauce. Yes. I want to soak my feet in it. What a football game, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, by putting Boykins out there, they should have just gone with their bread and butter, what they were doing all game long. They hadn't done anything with putting Boykins out there except for the pass interference. They were running up and down the field with Boykins as quarterback.
So 1 minute and 5 seconds left to go in this contest.
I think they can only stop the clock one time.
Everybody in tight. Darren Brister playing a deep safety. McGowan takes the knee and a flag.
Flag's going to stop the clock.
Just 4 seconds ticked off the clock. I think we had somebody lined up off sides.
They're going to wave it off.
So I think Amite can stop it one more time, or that might have been it. We'll find out after
3
this play.
seconds. They'll start Amite's going to call timeout.
Oh man, crawfish.
Well, that was a good play on Amite's part. Only 3 seconds come off the clock. They call a timeout. Now the clock doesn't start again.
And looking at this football game starting from beginning to end, of course, Darren Brister with a marvelous performance. Amite had the opportunities to be probably 14 points higher in this contest within the 5-yard line, fumbling twice. That's got to hurt you.
It certainly has. You can't give Darren Brister the ball that many times. You can't give him that many shots at it. You know Charlie Baggs is going to run him 30 times a game.
Yes.
Hoping he's going to break one, and that's exactly what he did tonight.
To take the lead, he went 2 plays, 70 yards for the touchdown. He definitely gets the player of the game today for us. He and Donnie Williams on defense.
Hey, and give a runner-up to Rodney Boykins tonight.
McGowan puts his knee down. The clock ticks. 58, under a minute. Independence fans thrilled. Independence will go undefeated this season going into the playoffs. They'll have 2 home games here. Amite will travel to Patterson next Friday night.
Gross.
39 seconds left to go. And the clock is running. McGowan. He'll get him set. He waits. He takes a snap, puts the knee down, offsides against Amite. Nope, that'll stop the clock.
Give him another down, though.
He'll give him another down.
Amy's just trying to make something happen. They're going over the top.
They're doing what they can. They don't want to lose this football game. But I tell you what,
they're not used to losing football games.
They're not used to losing football games. Amite, with 4 losses on the season this year, 3 of them against, well, of course, South Pike, Monville, and Carver.
You know, and the Carver game was just more or less a blowout. There was
weren't in the contest. Yeah.
No, not at all. But all the other games, they were pretty much in.
16 seconds left. It's ticking down, folks. Coach Charlie Baglio and the Independence Tigers will take an undefeated season home with a gigantic win over the Amite Warriors. And we'll be back to talk to Charlie Baglio in just a moment. Folks, you've just witnessed one of the best high school football games of the year. Coach Charlie Baglio, you told me just now, it doesn't get any better than this. This is what it's all about.
Yeah, you know, them kids work their butts off, and it's a shame somebody has to lose. And my hat's off to Amite, Coach Donald Correa, because, you know, they hadn't played real well all year, but when it comes to Amite and Independence, both teams seem to show
up. You throw
up.
the rest of the season out the window,
right. And so you got to give them a lot of credit, but not to near about take nothing away from the kids that we have, because they played mighty good.
Coach, when you went down by a touchdown, Darren Brister walked out on the field, and I saw him pointing to himself. 2 plays, 70 yards, and a touchdown. And, of course, a great offensive line, too.
Well, you know, he's that type of player. He's that type of player. He wants the ball when it's on the line. When it's on the line, he wants the ball. And, you know, he showed it tonight.
The performance of your team this year, you're undefeated, you're district champions. What do you tell them tonight when you walk in the locker room?
Well, you know, we start the 2nd season now. Everything they've done doesn't really mean much. You know, they really want to win the state championship, and the only way to do that now is to not lose again. So
before the game, I talked to you. I said, you know, if they can beat this Amite team, it'll do something for their confidence.
Yeah, I think you were right. I think that because Amite's won the state championship last year, and this should give them an awful lot of confidence going into the playoffs.
Coach Bagley, good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you a
Great
lot.
football game.
It was.
Well, folks, you witnessed it right here, 23-22. The Tigers win it, and I tell you what, it's the best high school football game I've seen in a long time.
Hey, Independence undefeated this year, and you know the people from Independence have been listening for the last 4 or 5 years. Amite, Independence, Amite. Now it's
Independence, Amite.
At least for one more year.
Congratulations to Donald Career and his crew down there. A great football team, a great effort. They came up a couple of points short, or 1 point short tonight, but they can't hang their heads. They played a good ball game.
They certainly did. They played an outstanding ball game, and they played better tonight than they have most of the year. You always play up to your opponents, and with them going into the playoffs now, I see them just improving that much more.
That's right, and look, a great coaching staff behind Charlie Baglio and Donald Career. That's what makes it work. We appreciate you joining us on Local Football. We're going to be back. We're going to be bringing you the playoffs. For Butch Lee, the cameraman, David the Crawfish Cottrell, I'm Ron Gautreaux. We'll see you next week.